being good doesn't work. Like, it doesn't add up to anything. I'm not happy. It doesn't make me more successful. I still experience racism and bullying. So I might as well be a jerk. Like, and I don't mean a jerk as a bad person to people. I meant like, I might as well not follow the rules. I wanted a thrill and an experience in life, and that being good didn't stack up to what I was told. I was told if you were good, that you'd be successful and things would work. And I didn't feel that. I realized very, very early on that I didn't engage with the same things as the people around me. And I couldn't even force myself. My intuition was so strong, and I didn't know it was called intuition at that time, but I knew that it was so strong. It was dragging me towards art and design and philosophy and all of this kind of stuff.
I'm gonna push it. I'm gonna push it and test my limits. That's the beautiful part about life. Let me test my limits and see what I got going on. And then you're gonna surprise yourself so many times. You ain't gonna win every single time, but you're gonna surprise yourself so many times while you go through this.
You know, basketball for me was the most important thing. So everything I saw, whether it was TV shows, whether it was books I read, people I talked to, everything was done to try to learn how to become a better basketball player. Everything. And so when you have that point of view, then literally the world becomes your library to help you to become better at your craft.
What's the best thing you can do with the current situation you have? And in that moment, had to make the best of it. And we made some right moves, and we experienced some luck, and we worked hard, and the next thing you know, things grew.
I don't really care about being right, you know. I just care about success. You know, we didn't know much. We could build a little thing that could control a giant thing. The way that we're gonna ratchet up our species is to take the best and to spread it around to everybody so that everybody grows up with better things.
If there's a problem, there's a solution. And of course, as you mature and get into the business world and anything you do on a team, you very quickly realize that it's not about just your own resourcefulness, it's about team resourcefulness and how does that work. And so I want to quit my job, move across the country, and start this internet bookstore. And Mackenzie, of course, like everybody that I explained this to, her first question was, what's the internet? Because nobody knew. This is 1994. Yeah. Life is full of different risks. When you think about the things that you will regret when you're 80, they are almost always the things that you did not do. They are acts of omission. Very rarely are you gonna regret something that you did and it failed and didn't work or whatever. But the acts of omission, and again, I'm not just talking about business things, it's like, you know, I loved that person and I never told them. And then, you know, 50 years later, you'd be like, why didn't I tell her? You know, why didn't I go after it? That's the kind of life regret that is very hard to be happy about when you're telling yourself in a private moment that story of your life.
Okay, so who do you want to be? I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to be a solopreneur. I want to be a content creator. I want to be an influencer. I want to be an inventor. I want to be an investor. So you kind of figure out what angle you want to go and who you want to be.
Yep.
And then you figure out which one you want to do next. You may want to be an entrepreneur, but entrepreneur may make sense next. So the road to what you're solving for, you don't have to say, I have to be an entrepreneur. No, you don't. Maybe the better option for you is go find, if you can find a killer on the way up, if you can find a killer on the way up. So, you know, if you looked at everybody as a stock, let's just say we started looking at everybody as a stock, okay? So you have small cap, mid cap, large cap. What's the difference between a small cap, mid cap, large cap? It's $1 on, you know, 5 billion less. And then you have the large cap, you know, all these Disneys, Walmarts. These are large cap, right? But the key is if you can figure out when they're a small cap. The key is if you're at the PayPal Mafia group and you see somebody who says, that guy's gonna start Yelp, I'm gonna go run with that guy. That guy's gonna start Tesla.
Uber.
Yeah. So there's an element that we get judged for our friends, we get judged for who we marry, we get judged for our girlfriend, our boyfriend, we get judged for career, industry. You also get judged on who you decide to lock onto and run with as a right-hand person or as the person that you want to be their right-hand person. But if you can look at people as stocks and you saw somebody that has a big upside and you lock onto them early, it's gonna be a wild ride.
When I was 18, I'd met people who were beautiful. I'd met people who were rich. I'd met people who were strong. I'd met people who were powerful. But I don't think I'd ever met anyone who was truly happy.